Hey guys, in this tutorial you'll be learning how to cast on, knit, and purl. I'm currently using size 8 knitting needles and one of these safe soft yarns or something like that. I got it off from Walmart. So basically to cast on, you just grab your yarn, you make a loop like so, and you take the other end and you pass it through the loop. And then you make a little knot. So you place that knot on the needle, you pull it through. This counts as one stitch, I suppose. Your tail can go either way, though to be honest, depending on which way you put the end of the tail, you'll end up having less of it. So I would suggest starting off with the side that's connected to the yarn, always to the right or in front of you. Sorry, I'm talking a lot. So you basically take that one, you loop it around your index finger, like so. You take the other tail and you loop it around your thumb. Sorry, I have like this needle in the way. So it should look like this, almost like you're doing like a triangle, and you hold the other ends between your other fingers. So you take the needle, you pass it underneath your thumb, and then over and underneath your index, and then you pass it through underneath that one, and you pull, and that's your first cast on. So again, you would pass it underneath your thumb, over your index, and through. So that was the view of how it would look overhead. If you were watching, obviously, since this is how you'd be knitting, this is how it would look in front of you, I guess, in your eyes. You would pass it underneath your thumb, through your index, and through that hole that you see right here, and then you pull. Try not to pull it so tightly because depending on what you're knitting, you might not be able to fit the needle through these cast-ons. But that's basically it to casting on. You just repeat that as many times as you want until you feel comfortable, and that's it. So once you've had enough practice with casting on, I'm gonna teach you how to do the knit stitch. It's gonna end up looking like this. It's got these little braids right here. I knit 2 rows already, that's why it looks like this. Just so you can have an idea of what it's gonna look like. So to do the knit stitch, the yarn has to go on, what is this, right? On your left hand, sorry. You pull the needle through the first loop, go back, then you pull the string over, you're looping it around the needle. And that same needle, you pull it underneath and you pull it out. And that's it. That's all there is to the knit stitch. So you go underneath, loop the yarn over, and you pull it out. You're basically transferring what you have on this needle over to this one, working in like a back and forth motion. It's real easy and simple. I'm gonna continue going so you could get the hang of it. And once you finish this, we're gonna turn this over and we're gonna start doing the purl stitch, which is actually what we have behind here. This right here. So once you complete doing this whole row with the knit, see, it's gonna look like this. Yay! You turn it over and then you have this on the other side, which is what's called the purl stitch. It's basically the same thing as the knit stitch, just, you know, sort of like reversed, but it's pretty much exactly the same thing. So you take the needle, you pull it, you go through the loop in front, except instead of going back like you would for a knit, you go forward. You loop the yarn around the needle, and then you pull it through and off. And that's it. That's your purl stitch. Oops, sorry. Went out of camera. Let me do that again. So you pull it through loop the yarn around, and you pull it off. And that's it. And that's the purl stitch. If you guys enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe. I will be trying to post up more videos of other stuff that I've made. I've made like a ton of hats that I'll be posting tutorials about. Hopefully this was like clear and easy to understand. I'm kind of sick, so I sound terrible right now. Too much info, I know. TMI, TMI.